Good evening. Two truths and a lie. All about jobs. I was a union steward for Local 20 in Toledo, Ohio, and it was when I was working at UPS and I saved my friends from getting fired. That's number one. Number two, I was a professional sperm donor my sophomore and junior year at the Finley Clinic. And number three, I sold used cars for 2 months at Bryan Chrysler Plymouth in Bryan, Ohio. How many people think the union steward was true? How many people think the sperm donor was true? I like you. How many people think the used car was true? Sort of split. Yeah, so the one that wasn't true was a sperm donor, though I certainly could have. Now, what I would ask, we're going to have people...
Which one was true?
Oh, the other two truths and a lie. So I was a union steward and I did sell used cars. Though when I sold used cars, it was really a horrible job. That's why it only lasted 2 months. Oh, yeah, by yeah.
But you're keeping your amateur standing.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, with that, for the sperm part, right. Now, I would go ahead, too, and ask if people think for 30 seconds, think of 2 things that you've done, and then slide another one in there. Now, who wants to come up and give your hand at that? I like that because it actually came out roughly equal for all of them. That's always the best. If it comes out and there's one that's so obvious that nobody votes on, then it wasn't fitting so well. Yes, come on up. What's your name?
Bill.
All right, Bill, here you go. 2 truths and a lie with Bill.
Okay, so all of these truths are based around my former job as a sailing instructor at Pierce Park Sailing Center in East Boston, if you've ever heard of it. Great youth program. So number one, once while sailing home from one of the Boston Harbor Islands, my boat was nearly blown onto the airport rocks. Number two, I was fired from said job for sinking one of the boats. And number three, while in a race, another boat hit my boat and almost killed one of my students. So who thinks that nearly getting blown onto the rocks is true? Who thinks that me getting fired is true?
Somebody said.
And who thinks that I nearly killed one of my students?
So, Bill, which one was it?
I left the job voluntarily. I wasn't fired. But I have seen one of the boats sink.
Thank you very much. That's good. And we have anybody from this side of the room over here? Representing this side of the room over here? You don't have to, but that's... No. I also have a thing. What's one of the first things that you ever did for money? I had gotten $2 when I mowed my grandfather's lawn. I couldn't believe it. When I was 7, I thought that I was richer than sin. What did you say? What did you get?
I showed David Spear mine.
You showed money.
Anything I could. I sold encyclopedias in Natick. I counted cars in Boston. And I made roast beef sandwiches in New York City.
What was one of the first things you did for me?
They were called Fairly Famous Roast Beef with Russian dressing and a Bermuda onion. I think the price was 85 cents.
How much did you get paid an hour?
I think it was 10 cents. I was overpaid. No question.
Don't show anybody anything either.
You got to show them the burger.
So,
bravo.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay. So how are the judges doing?